Hi there, my name is Tara Fournier. I am the founder of My Divine Compass, and welcome to MDC's Interview Episode Series. Today is episode 4, and so far I have had 3 amazing interviews over the past 3 Fridays with some women who are sharing some amazing healing modalities for you to learn more about yourself. So this interview series that I'm doing is about my own personal inner quest to find my own goddess within me, meaning who I am in my truth, in my who I am in my core. And all these healing modalities that I have used to help me, I wanted to share with you. And so these are these women who I've been interviewing who I have sought services from and am sharing with you. So today, you see, I'm not interviewing anyone else right now because for this episode 4 series, I wanted to share something specifically with you that I learned about and that I do. And so I'm going to share a little story about how I found this modality, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to experience it for free. So make sure you listen to this video here. So, all right, so let me start by asking you some questions. Are you on a search to find, who you are inside? And how long have you been on that search? Or maybe your journey is just beginning. I mean, we all are in these different spaces in time. And what I've learned is when I have been on my path and still on my inner quest path, I've had these other people who have gone before me who are my teachers and who help me. I've also realized that where I am is further along, not meaning better or higher, but just I've gone through more than some other people who are just starting their journey. And so I then shift from this student from where someone ahead of me was. I was their student, and then I become that teacher role for these others who are starting their path. And so I share that bit with you because you are a teacher and a student wherever you are in your life's journey, just as I am a student and I am a teacher. I mean, if you look around in the world, we all are playing the student role and the teacher role because we're all here to help each other and we're all here to experience life at the deepest meaning that we can find it to be. So I wanted to share something with you that I found a few years back, about 3 years back, and it really helped deepen how I saw myself to be. Not only did it help me deepen how I saw myself to be, it helped me accept all of the different facets of myself, whether I perceive them as shadows, as the dark side of me. It's easy for us to embrace our light side, but when we notice that we have a shadow side, sometimes that is a little bit more difficult to embrace. And I have found with this particular healing modality, it has helped me accept all these different facets of myself. And so I'm a yoga teacher, and teaching yoga, I would also teach workshops occasionally that were about our chakra system. So if you don't know what the chakra system is, it's this concept that we have these energy centers within our body, honestly, all over our body. But generally speaking, we focus on 7, which pretty much align vertically from the tip of our tailbone out through the crown of our head. And so I would teach these chakra workshops, and we would discuss different chakra systems and the energy that holds that. For example, our throat chakra is about speaking our truth, finding our voice. And so we find within our own body, are we deficient in energy in that area, or do we have too much energy in that area? Maybe we're talking too much. I think I tend to sometimes have that. Or, do we shy away? Do we not say too much? Do we not believe what we say? So there's this deficiency or excess in these energy centers. Well, when I understood SoulCollage, that is the modality that I'm sharing with you today. When I found it and understood it, it opened up a whole new arena of personal understanding for me and for many others, really. So SoulCollage is a creative way for you to connect with yourself in understanding many different aspects of yourself. And so the reason why I'm talking about the chakra system is because in SoulCollage, there are cards that you make based on your chakra system. So on that, I found that in SoulCollage, each chakra is not only associated with certain energies, but also with an animal. Okay, so for those of you who understand your spirit animal, your totem animal, these concepts that there are different guides there for us, that's where SoulCollage comes in, specifically with our chakra system. So the first time I experienced this, I didn't even know when I went to a SoulCollage workshop, I didn't even know we were going to be talking about the chakra system. And the facilitator guided us through a meditation through our chakra system. And in that, she told us that our energy, our focus would settle into one. Now, sometimes it settles into a couple. Sometimes it doesn't really recognize any at that moment. It really depends on where you are in your journey, how open you are, how willing to know you are. And so all these little, think about when you turn on YouTube and you listen to a guided meditation. Sometimes you can see what they're saying and sometimes you can't. It just depends on where you are at that moment, right? So I want to share my experience with that with you. So here I am laying down and going through this guided meditation through the chakra system. And this is all very familiar to me at the moment because I have taught workshops about the chakra system. And then she says that once we start to settle into one that wants to speak to us, one that wants to be noticed more than the others, what is the animal that comes up for that? Well, here I am in this guided meditation. I never heard that before. An animal associated with each chakra. So anyway, I settled into my throat. That was the chakra that wanted to speak to me. So the animal that came to me that was the energy associated with my throat chakra was the raven, the bird. You know, that big black bird that caws all over the place, right? So the animal energy that came to me for my throat chakra was a loud bird. And let me tell you, I rejected it. I was like, no, you are not my spirit animal. I mean, my chakra animal. no, I'm not some bird cawing all over the place, right? Well, so here I am in my mind having this conversation during this guided meditation. And it's like, just accept it. Just accept it. And so finally I gave way and I said, fine, I'll take you. And there were a series of questions that she went through for us to ask this animal energy that was showing up in this particular chakra. And so I asked these series of questions as guided and got information back. And then when we came out of the guided meditation, we did some journaling. So I was still rejecting the raven as being the energy held within my throat chakra, because my mind was saying I didn't want to be some loud bird. So anyway, I left that workshop and I was very grateful. I had a great experience. I went home and I started Googling. I wanted to find out all I could about the raven. And it was really interesting what I found, because the raven, there's many things, and without going into detail about the raven, it shows us how to speak our own truth. And when I read that, I thought, well, that's interesting, because it happened to be my throat chakra. I mean, it wasn't another energy center where, you know, it may not have necessarily made sense, but it really did make sense that it happened to be in my throat. It was also talking about being the keeper of secrets and understanding, you know, the power of words. And so I immediately, clearly, obviously embraced this particular animal energy to be in my throat chakra. So on a side note to this story, you know, there are times that we get messages from the universe, from source, from spirit. And things can be as simple, so simple that we ignore them. And this one I could not ignore. But literally the very next day after attending the SoulCollage workshop and finding that my throat chakra held the raven energy, the very next day, I was selling some furniture on Craigslist, and a woman called me. She wanted to come over and buy some of this furniture. And when she showed up, she had a choker necklace on that had a raven on it. And I literally went, oh, when she got out of the car, I was standing outside already. And I kind of did one of those, and she kind of looked at me and I said, hi, you know, my name's Tara. I'm the one selling the furniture. This is going to sound really crazy, and I don't even know why I feel comfortable telling you this, but your necklace just is like a sign from the universe to me, because I just went to a workshop yesterday and found out that my animal energy for my throat chakra is a raven. And she was like, I totally get it. So that's just a side note to the story. But I just want to let you know, the universe, you know, if you're questioning something, the universe will follow through and let you know, yes. And so that was my sign. Hey, listen, this really is the energy of your throat chakra, okay? Another story that is really more obvious is that once again, I was in a workshop, same facilitator, going through that guided meditation again. And this time I was focused on my solar plexus chakra, which is all about finding your power and standing in your power and owning your power and who you are. Power not in this like, you know, mean power, but in this firm, this is who I am power. And the animal energy that came to me for my solar plexus is a dragon. And that made perfect sense to me. And when I read more about dragon as a spirit animal, as a totem, that even more made sense to me. So I wanted to share this with you today because SoulCollage has given me a lot, and I'm now a facilitator of it. SoulCollage is this experience where you get to be creative, you get to use your intuition, you get to be intentional, you get to be magical. And for me, I've never been an artist. I've really not ever considered myself as the creative type because I've always seen creativity as being art. And I've never thought or felt like I was an artist. But SoulCollage is amazing because you literally create, it's like creating a vision board, okay? It's not the same, but this is a good example comparative here. So, you know, when you're creating a vision board, you're cutting and you're pasting and you're feeling and you've got this good vibe going on and you're sending out all this good energy, right? And everything is great. And you, at the end, you've created this beautiful life map of what you want to manifest. And doesn't it just feel good? You feel like you just created a piece of art. Well, SoulCollage is like that, except it's deeper because it isn't about manifesting something in your life. It's about deepening your understanding of yourself and every aspect of you. And that's why I love SoulCollage, because I have used my intuition in putting together a card before and not really knowing why I feel drawn to put these images from the magazines together. But then once the card is created, I can look at this and say, there are certain questions that you ask yourself on these every time you make a card, but it is amazing what comes forth. So that's using that intuition side of you and being completely magical and creative. Then there are intentional cards that you make. And the chakra system is one of them. One, it's intentional because you are specifically working with your chakra system, the energy centers of the body. And what I love about using SoulCollage with the chakra system is that you can relate that much more to knowing who you are. For example, I can say, I understand that my throat chakra is about me speaking my own truth, about me finding my truth, about being authentic in what I say. But it takes on a completely, I don't want to say different. Let's say it deepens my experience of who I am when I learn that this particular area of my body, of my energetic body, embodies a particular animal. And that is a whole new meaning. That is a whole deeper meaning. So, that is my story about SoulCollage for this particular episode. And so what I want to do is I want to offer you the opportunity to learn about what animal energies are residing in your chakra system. Because when you know what animal is there, it helps you work through your life. It helps you process what you're going through that much easier. And that's what these interview series are about. It's about sharing information with you to help you understand yourself more, to help you heal yourself more. And I would love to share this with you. So, in the underneath this video and in the links below or the comments below, I am going to share my scheduler so that I'll have a limited amount of people who can experience this for free. But once you sign up, I'm going to leave this open for 48 hours. That seems to be the magic number here. So 48 hours, so by Sunday evening, I'm going to take the schedule, the opportunity of it down. But for free, this is free for you. So you're going to be able to experience the different energy centers in your body, find out what animal embodies that energy center so that you can deepen your understanding of where you are in your path. All right, so if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me and send me a message or comment in the links below, and I would be so happy to answer any questions. SoulCollage is one of those things where when you hear about it, you kind of have to experience it to fully understand it, because once I experienced it, I was all in, and hence, like I said, I am a SoulCollage facilitator. So, enjoy this. Allow this to be your time where you get to be creative, you get to be magical, you get to not think, you just get to feel. And we all need that. We all need to drop out of our head and into our body and really get to feel where we are. So this is going to be something that I email to you, so you don't have to worry about what time is this going to be at or anything like that. It's going to be very simple. I want to make it as simple for you and as fun and magical as it can be. All right, well, thank you for listening to this episode 4. It was really exciting for me to share this with you, and but I'll be back on the actual interview series where you'll be seeing some more people sharing more information with you. All right, thank you. Oh, and hey, if you haven't yet, go over to My Divine Compass Facebook page and make sure you like it so that you get to see all these. Okay, take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.